Yo, Hirsch. You check in with Marco yet? Got something on your mind, Hirsch?
The girl pauses for a drag as a passing aero tram whines and screeches above.
Is Marco alright?
She's concerned about Marco, the espionage voyeur.
He actually shot you. Hardcore, Hirsch. Very cool. You sure it wasn't a warning shot? Don't be so hard on yourself. It's off-putting. I could have sworn the headphone guy was with the Luthians, but you say Enter again. Either way, it doesn't matter. He's a midnight prick like you. Yeah, 'cause of Tempo's deal with the old guy. Thought he was one of their agents, maybe. A natural good one. Again? Hirsch, are you living in a reality where the fucking has stopped? A reality in which the fuck is paused? But this makes zero sense. Why would the M-Cons be so interested in our deal? Interesting theory, Hirsch. Half right, too, I'd say.
This is all laid out in front of you. A map of islands with unmarked bridges. Take it from the top. Does it seem like your former asset thought this one through? A hurried, desperate backup. Yet the practical logistics of the scheme were planned long in advance. This reveals a fundamental truth. And yeah, that's why she was there, which leaves a single question.
I was wondering when you were gonna ask that. This whole fuck show started when we brought... Actually, better if I just show you. Follow me. And Hirsch, be cool.
The girl mashes the ends of her cigarette into the tabletop and glances at you once more as she rises. The girl leaves a strange cord hanging in the air as she turns to face you.
Yana, who's this?
Her gaze has both hold and fight. It takes effort to meet it evenly.
This is Hirsch. She's a friend at Temple's. Friend of mine. Might be able to help us.
Yes, it is.
Yes, fucking seriously. Was not serious about the situation.
Hello, Hirsch. It's nice to meet you. You're not an ultra, then?
Doesn't care for that collective noun.
Well, then, congratulations. Some people pay grotesque sums of money for this. Sorry, I've been told I can come across a little cold at first. Call me V. Oh, they do. They certainly do.
So shiny.
So what are you doing here, Hirsch? How does she know about the plan?
Because Hirsch is a communist spy.
Oh, cool. Because Temple said he'll get me far away, with proper exit papers and everything. It seemed like the best shot at getting out.
Raw deal, she thinks. But still a deal.
Eastern Republics was the play. Very casual on their entry requirements. Best shot, like V said.
So I took it. I trusted Tempo, and now I'm stuck here.
V's no spy, Hirsch. She barely registers international politics.
That's right. I don't find all that stuff very compelling. I'm just trying to get out. I know. Pretty funny.
If Luth is out there looking for a group of non-existent countercultural cunts, all the better for us.
Lou said it, but they don't really believe it. They just want any excuse to operate on foreign territory. Vaguer, the better.
As I said, all the better for us.
We're still not safe, Yana. Our secret police, they look everywhere. They're very scary. The actual Sengen was way down the list of what I was, or what I am, or what I represent. The end of culture, if you believe the critics. I'm getting out of La Luz, and out of my own shadow. I'm getting away from Violeta. Some people will do anything to meet me, you know. But as soon as they do, a little light goes out in their eyes. Then a part of them wishes they'd never met me at all.
An enviable life, if you squint.
Those same people would have raised me just so they could discover me all over again. Or kill me so I could never make a bad song. Never get old. Never be more or less than a dream beyond their reach. Fuck them.
The word sounds blasphemous coming from her mouth.
Money for what? Some kind of dream chasing as you slowly forget everything that made you worthy in the first place. That will not be me. I see those artists recording pale imitations in cold studios and then going back to the big houses that their real work paid for. Houses haunted by younger versions of themselves. No, they don't. Sometimes we pretend, but deep down we know it all. When it's gone for good. Maybe I am. But believe it or not, Hersh, even pop stars can think critically sometimes. Right, then you might accidentally become a critic. The most terrible fate of all. I didn't fake every tear, but I faked a lot of them.
I'm still going to get her to the Eastern Republics. This is just a whatever the fuck creative stopgap.
I believe her. Yana's my S tier.
Hirsch, you fucking nonce. Get a hold of yourself.
Very inappropriate, Hersh.
becoming a hyper-tier artist at the apex of her fame and talent. Yeah, I volunteered. But as it shook out, I'm a gay middle-aged bootlegger with a nicotine dependency. Funny the little ways life fucks you.
It's her life. If she wants to bleach it away, that's her call.
Plastic surgery for the soul. Botched job. The other girl looks down and instinctively reaches for her cigarette packet.
Negotiations? That's what managers are for. Sorry to let you down. I don't know anything about that.
She's not doing your job for you, Hirsch. Come on. Pretty simple when you break it down. V's still V, I'm Tempo, and Tempo's dead. Scheme fucking busted.
Busted. Where did you get that?
Like an unfavorable omen.
You could make a fuckload of money with that, Hirsch.
A fuckfold. 54,567,389 superblock coupons.
I was sure my record label shelved it. I don't think you're supposed to have that. Nobody is. Because it's not finished. I never actually heard the final mix. You should ask Espada Records. I don't control the masters. No, I don't answer to anyone when it comes to the music. You but from a dream.
The world slows for a fraction of a moment before jolting back into real time.
There was this recording engineer on it, Paulo. He was really sweet. Then one day there was this new guy, Fondo. He was less sweet. And then at the end, this big minister turned up at the studio to listen to some of the mixes. That was extra weird.
Music falls under culture. This minister must be Reyes, your quarry.
Facundo Reyes, that's him. Very old, like most of them. Polite, too. Minister of Mass Culture, something like that. Before he left, he cleared out all the other people from the studio and sat with me in the recording room. Just me and him and all these wires and cold instruments. He told me how much he was looking forward to this song, how important it would be for Luz. He said it would be the soundtrack to Reunion.
The war address, general and champion.
There was some talk of a concert in Spies too. The whole thing seemed off. Or maybe way too on? Sorry, I can't really explain it. What do you mean, took out? Oh my god.
Are you serious, Hirsch? A disc? Fuck me.
Yana, I don't know anything about this. I think music can give you a soul, not just save it. But yes, that would mean it can take it back too. So this desk badly hurt your friend?
Fucked him up.
That sounds like a weird communist thing. I don't know anything about politics. No idea at all. There are hundreds of bootlegs out there of my work. That might not even be me on there.
As Petra told you, Einzelton XR is immune to bootlegging.
Then maybe someone tampered with it. I just recorded a song, Hersh, like I always do. I'm sorry about your friend, but I don't know why my music would do that.
A thin film of tears forms across our eyes.
That's not what I want for my music. Not at all. Another reason I should leave it all behind. I've heard something like that before, yes. Sorry, Hersh, I'm not really into politics. Isn't everywhere? I don't deal with the schedules, so I wouldn't know anything about that. How do you know Minister Reyes, by the way? Okay, I won't.
Super fucking shady. Now I'm worried, Hirsch.
I heard it from my publicist, but Donatella's always saying stuff like that. Only about a quarter of it ever happens. Does it? Maybe I'm overreacting then. Please don't mention it again. I'm not sure it even really happened. First thing the instructors do in La Fábrica is take over your name and give you one of theirs. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all.
A begins with A. We would have whipped at Popstar School, leader of the pack.
I went in when I was 6 years old. So all this kind of seems like it's happening to someone else. Some girl called Violeta. And I don't want to be her anymore. It's not mine. Please don't mention it again. Great. The very thing I'm trying to outrun is right outside the door. I know their type. They're obsessives. I mean, it's harmless enough. I don't know. Random acts of self-annihilation are not unheard of in the ultra community. I don't like it when it happens. But now and again, it does happen, yes. I get letters too. These days they screen them to keep away the worst.
Another thing she's trying to outrun.
Obviously, I don't think it's cool. This is why I don't like this whole fan shifting thing. They go too far. Then they start encouraging each other. My music is about feeling, not surrender. I never actually said that. It was some nothing phrase that the PR team came up with last album cycle. Sadly, it stuck. By the autumn, they'll have forgotten why they liked it. Moonglow will no longer be Moonglow.
Don't lump me in with those skanky cunts, Hirsch.
How do you mean, Hirsch?
It's kinda different, Hirsch. I didn't want to be V. I just wanted to be anybody but me. As you can tell, because I fan-shifted fucking tempo instead.
I knew you both, Yana, before the imprinting. You're not just Tempo or Yana. You're your own person now. A two-tone kaleidoscope.
The girl throws a quick glance at the pop star and half a smile.
Yeah, you're right, Hirsch. I can't control it. Well, I can, actually. I can flee the state and never come back. I agree. I won't miss them. Easy. Keep running, all the way to the Eastern Republics. A good music scene. And a distant shore. Oh yeah, I bet they're pretty mad. Contracts and stuff. I'm currently responsible for 6.2% of La Luz's GDP. They won't do anything but escort me to the nearest mega stage. And a little braver. As long as I have something that makes sound by my side, I'm not afraid to disappear. Trying to, yeah. Are you familiar with the old material? I think the overplaying is the point. State-sponsored. Anyway, L-pop's all sad, but not all bad. I've wrote a few good songs here and there.
A couple she's very proud of, even.
Most L-pop artists go through intense training, yes, but we all write our own material. That's an important part of what they teach us, alongside the dance routines. Creative expression, freedom, courage. Something created by a committee will always have a hole in the center. Everyone can sense it. Something that comes from a heart we have. A heart. Person to person. I could, but then my soul would die, so I won't.
She plays a few slow bars, using both hands this time. Bass joins treble, emotion forms from thin air.
That's because it's a sweet melody. I could put down 100 of those. I've been playing piano since I was 5 years old. I don't know. People call me a perfectionist. Be a perfectionist or be one of the others. That's what I think. I think the world has too much music. It's everywhere. Shops, restaurants, cafes, rooftops, lifts. Yana tells me even the aerodromes have music players now. Why?
The answer is obvious. To keep the masses under dim sedation.
Yes, exactly. Some kind of numbing agent. The very opposite of what music should be. I'm a solo artist. I don't have a band, just collaborators. How they play is important to me. I fired a lot of people. It's hard to find good players, you know. Most of them are technically competent, but they're missing something. I was far closer to my dancers. They're the ones you breathe in sync with up there. Aurelia, Misty, Lulu, Marla. I miss those girls. I hope they're alright.
The pop star leans forwards and takes in each of the faces carefully.
This is a good photo. It has feel. You were close to each other.
Close enough for it to hurt.
That's all we really get out of this life. A string of moments hung on fragile threads.
The photograph is hard to look at, but easy to touch. When your fingers find its edges, a kind of strength charges through them.
Thanks for showing me, Hirsch. Indifference and disinterest.
The pop star has nothing further to say on the subject.
No, mostly I think about the mistakes. Notes I sang slightly off. Songs that needed an extra verse, half a bridge. Album names I settled for when I knew I should have pushed further. You built beautiful cathedrals to compromise. I can't stand myself sometimes. The weakness, the mundanity. No, they all have to be good. If they're not, I'd rather give up now and never play another note. A lack of vision, that's the thing I can't forgive. In myself and in others. Okay. Okay. They may be stronger than you're looking for, though. On occasion, I fuck with a golem. Absolutely. They're a perfect counterforce to my music. Melancholic rage against melancholic emptiness. I listen to them before going on stage sometimes. They emotionally tune me. It's weird. I can't describe it, but it works. Yeah, real feel. No. Scum synth?
You watch her nose physically turn upwards a few degrees.
Oh, well, good on them in that case. I admire individuality, even if it's covered in scum. No problem, Hirsch. We can just call it L-pop. What would you like to know? The genre is maybe 30 years old, I would say. Year 65 sounds right. It evolved from traditional Lucy and funeral ballads, but the instrumentation is all synthesizers. That's how you can date it. Certain synth sounds for certain years. The earliest songs followed the Lusa Requiem form too, with extended overtures before the verse kicked in. These days, they're more classically pop in their structure. At the beginning, it was more independent, but after a decade or so, it exploded. For the last 20 years, L-pops reigned supreme. Fate, longing, saudade, like something has been lost. Sorry, I'm not the best at explaining the intent. I'd rather let my music do the talking, or the feeling. But I do know this. Melancholy is the heart of the genre. If you don't reckon with melancholy, you'll never be touched by L-pop. Of course it is, but it gets sweeter the more intimately you know it. A song can communicate with you like it was made only for you. It's a psychic medium. L-pop will catch you unawares if you're not careful.
Fluent in memory, speaks ghost. That's conversational dream.
If you want to be roused, first you have to be asleep, right? First you have to touch dream. Most of them, yes. They've tried various formations over the years. Groups, male duos, twins. But the biggest names in L-pop are girls for sure. 16 to 30. Burn bright, then burn out. That was the motto in La Fábrica. My life, mostly. What else is there to write about?
Sex. The working class.
I'm talking to them. That's the point. Two-way mirror. It's my job to be a blank slate. Once I channel the emotion from my life, I carry it to the listeners. Then I become a void. They can project it all back into me. I can understand why it's there. A lot of people are scared of La Luz, but I'd like L-pop to spread further across the world, as far as it can go. There should be no blockade on music, no limit to where art can reach. I took some inspiration from an old Lucian death rite. It dictates that you cover all mirrors in a shroud for 3 days after someone has died. To make sure that that person doesn't get trapped in the reflection. You don't see it much in the cities anymore, but in the smaller towns and villages. I remember they did it at my grandmother's funeral. I found it very striking as a child. Anyway, I had this dream one night where I was trapped in the moon. Not very cool at all, actually. I could see out of it, but there was no sound in there. No music, no voice, dead silence. It was more like a nightmare, to be honest. And so I thought, when I die, someone needs to cover the moon with a giant shroud for 3 days, so I don't get trapped in there.
True dark. No light in the night sky but the dead stars.
Then I took that image and wrote the song. Thanks, Hersh. You too. There is an element of propaganda, yes, unavoidable in a state which actually values its culture.
Not speaking with its champion soldier, its glass cannon.
Thanks, but I'm not out of it yet. 1 foot still trapped.
1 foot in the Empire, 1 foot in a shadow.
I don't think anyone keeps a record of that. Beautiful weapons, if so. No problem, Hersh. Go ahead. No problem, Hersh. Sure. No problem, Hersh. Sweet dreams, Hersh.
Purple plastic shimmers as you approach. Tacked to the side is a worn black sticker. UV. Tour only. Could it? Could it be? The brand plate identifies this as a Kagami 7X60. Look closer. This is the Kagami 7X60 Rainbow. Ultravioleta's signature edition. A ceremonial blade for the High Priestess of Electropop. She may fall on it, ward against the spell of the new, reject youth culture. Achieve something worth commemorating in keyboard form. Like some really good spying. Sold with defects, prone to malfunctioning. And yet, the one they all covet, valuable not despite its flaws, but because of them. Limited run, collector's edition, sold out on pre-order before it hits the shelves. One of the under-theorized appeals of Lusian electropop, the quality of modern Lusian instruments, mixing desks, even their cabling, is unmatched. Obsession with foreign imports, self-critique immediately. Some tools make the work feel cooler though. Some tools are limited edition. A tool has no intrinsic value. This includes, but is not limited to, instruments, weapons, and people.
Many. I take it on tour and have it set up in the hotel room. I basically wrote all of Flower and the Precipice on this during the Missing Glance tour in '94.
Flower on the Precipice has Holding Hands with Strangers on it. That's one of E's biggest songs.
And Yana's favorite.
Has a nice line in it, actually, in the bridge. Could you fall to the very bottom of yourself and stand up in one piece?
Thank you, Yana. I like that one too.
I'll let you know when I hit it. Bracing for fucking impact.
Falling forever through infinite distance. It might not even feel like you are falling at all.
You brush your finger into the nearest key. A light, airy tone glistens across the room. Middle A. Good start.
Hirsch, what are you doing?
You're just going to give up. Once again, this is the Kagami 7X60 Rainbow. A crisp middle A fills the room.
Are we really playing this game again?
Hirsch, stop.
You're a spy, not a fucking sound engineer. Step away from V's keyboard.
The young pop star untenses as you step back from her instrument.
Hirsch. Sweet dreams. Hirsch.
Nothing from Earth. That's the horror of it.
All time and place before you, luminous, sense and no sense, cosmology of a dream you may have lived and may yet live again. Lyrics I didn't write, but I did. I don't know. The world? The stars? Shared dreams pass round from consciousness to consciousness, covered with invisible fingerprints. I imagined I was floating on the edge of a black hole, moments before falling through, and the stars were chanting at my back. I don't know. I could only get as far as the first moments of falling. Then I woke up.
It would feel something like this. Light folding in on itself, dragging time behind it, face first along the concrete of the cosmos. In front of you would be true dark, but if you only looked behind, you would be the last witness to the culmination of the universe, the spool running clear of the lie. The back of your own head. And for close to 1,000 years, to the awestruck below, you would be visible on the precipice as a slow-motion recording, a monument to the terror and the wonder too.
I thought it was all a little scary, to be honest. Beautiful though. I'm very sorry about your partner, Hersh. Honestly, I never meant to hurt anyone, but I didn't really write that song. Something else did. Sweet dream. Hersh. Sweet dream.
Remember, Hirsch, no weird shit around V.
The girl takes a long drag and raises a slow middle finger at you.
Later, Hirsch. Remember, Hirsch, no weird shit around V. Remember, Hirsch, no weird shit around V.
A good cryptonym reveals nothing, yet means everything. The seeming arbitrariness of the sign only strengthens the bond between operant and asset.
Why's that? Don't hate it. Yo, it is. Good job, Cascade. Finally. Later, Hirsch. Keep me in the loop.
Hello again, Herschel. What have you got for me? Be back soon.
An old bench, marks to be revealed. You consider rest. An old bench, marks to be revered from seating. You consider resting here, but can't justify.
Hello again. What'll it be? See you. Hello again. What? See you. Hello again. What? Hello again.
They're not here. You can look all you want, but you won't see them. He always appeared to be holding court, prepared to do business to his left and his right. Never drank himself. He said a lot of funny things. Always waiting when you arrived. Always 2 schnapps ahead of you. Lucia said she thought that was what she'd heard, but her voice didn't betray any doubt. An attempt to spare your feelings. Arms folded, unapproachable. She didn't want to be disturbed. Product of her generation. She knew how to keep herself to herself. You were lucky to inherit her. An awkward gesture. She was uncomfortable meeting in public. Unable to disappear into her own coat, she attempted to recede into the painted backdrop. But she always took what you said to heart, however vague the advice. Slouched in the booth, affect too stiff to be believable. One time she brought out a cigarette as a prop and fumbled it behind one ear. She laughed along, but you could tell it stung her. He would slice the papers open and roll in the dope right at the table. Like one of those master sword makers the government subsidizes to make 2 blades a year. It took him a long time to warm up to people, but once he did, he was loyal to a fault. You were the only one he'd reliably leave his houseboat for. Like a bear in his den, always on the cusp of hibernation. Late every time, he came straight up to you wherever you were, stayed the absolute minimum, and then left without ordering anything. Back to the nearest wall. He even began to distrust those towards the end. You made an effective pair. Even the opera, with its proliferation of assessment reports, couldn't deny that. The memory of the endless ring when you called to tell him the boat was going to leave without him still itches at you. Despite their absence, the bar seems a little less empty all of a sudden.
Let me know if you need something else. You seem to meet a lot of strange men here.
She snorts.
He's waiting in the lounge upstairs. See you.
It's still almost impossible to make out the action on screen.
It's getting worse. I really need to just give up on it and buy a new one.
The TV can... It's still almost...
It's getting worse.
You stare into the purple haze. Figures shift and ripple under discolored static. Fish below the surface of a vast, unknowable electronic sea. It's still almost...
It's getting worse.
Electrons deflected by magnetic interference. The shadow mask has been corrupted. Without an instrument of magnetic banishment, you are near powerless to exorcise the demons of distortion from the fogged mirror's television.
Oh. No. I'm not sure what you're even talking about. No wands here.
All hope may not be lost. The proximity of the speakers to the CRT screen has caused this blight, so perhaps removing their malign influence will, if not completely free the television, at least prevent its further defilement.
Yep. Probably should.
The bartender stands on her toes and moves the speaker a few centimeters. Almost instantly, the purple blotch recedes.
Well then. Good eye. Thank you.
For a quarter of an hour, you watch as men in short shorts and tall socks hurl a leather sphere against concrete with tremendous force. Their passionate grunts are matched only by the violent impacts of the ball. You study their movements carefully, a beautifully choreographed display of physical prowess. Despite your unprepossessing appearance, you acquitted yourself admirably in the major physical arts, receiving higher than average marks for your cohort. The words of your old double Holocene come to mind. In the so-called developed world, the whole political and cultural economy of a place is revealed through its sporting rivalries.
Thought you said you were a regular once upon a time. That's Kisok PC. Everyone around here goes for them.
The locals local. Team of the working classes with strong ties to the old silk industry. Thin ribbons of the old fabric sewn into the tops of their socks.
Viva Kisok! Just remember that we're not allowed to use the WCs in another team's arena. I guess they're worried someone will take it upon themselves to recreate the ceramic panic of '83. One person rips out a toilet and lobs it into the stands. One time! And if not, there are plenty of plastic bottles around.
15 minutes pass in near silence as you stare at the television, mesmerized by the rhythmic action on screen. In your trance state, you hear a voice that sounds eerily like yours hiss, "Yes," when one team scores a point on a particularly tricky shot. It's only when the channel cuts to a commercial for tuk-tuk insurance that you snap out of the sports-induced reverie.
No! Shush!
The bartender gives you a brief, familiar nod as you slide off the stool.
Thanks for fixing the TV. Kisok versus Sporting if you're interested. Scores tied.
With the purple bloom gone, you can clearly see the action as the Pelota players volley the ball back and forth across the court.
Alright. In you go.
As you sink into the rhythms of the fogged mirror, your consciousness takes a backseat as your body is puppeteered by muscle memory. You wipe, wash, pour, serve, and repeat. An evening comes and goes in the blink of an eye. The stress hangs off you like an old friend. Lucia hands over your pay with a small nod and a soft
See you.
The bed welcomes you for a soft... The stillness of the room quietens your mind as you settle down.
Fine cold day, bucko.
The man doesn't alter his posture, but follows your movement with unblinking eyes. He's tense around the shoulders, twitchy at the edges.
Grubby little place, but it's got some color to it. I didn't mean it was a bad thing. A little grubbiness comes with the profession. Are we sticking to the trade names or daring fate with the real ones?
A professional courtesy. He knows your real name. You gave it to his colleague under extreme duress.
Then what will it be? Kaleidoscope. Same styling. 2 secret treaties.
And doomed spies. You know this man is partial to a loaded gun. Given your last encounter, you should be in control of the bullets.
You would know. Transparent? An ironic gesture, I presume. I understand all too well.
He looks down at his right sleeve and smooths out a crease with a measured hand.
When it comes to cool jackets, I can't help myself. Unfortunate habit. This one is a singular piece. The inner lining comprises 88 distinct hues, styled after the wings of the Dream Eater crescent butterfly.
This garment bears the technicolor indecision of reaction.
Courtesy of an East Coast tailor. I was on assignment over there a couple of years ago. I had a personally significant dream one night, and when I woke up I saw 3 Dream Eater chrisms perched at the headrest of my hotel bed. The next day, I commissioned a jacket.
Papering over genuine feeling with money. How original.
I won't get into it. Very personal. But it featured someone long dead and someone else who was dead within a year post-dream. In style, they're anechoic, custom job.
Something about them is vaguely terrifying. The way things crafted for the human head or face often are.
I wouldn't think so. No. Yet, here you are. I understand you're on the market for second-hand goods. I'm interested in exotic imports. I was hoping we could explore a transaction.
That confirms it. He's after the pop star. The massive sign marked nonce flashes red in your mind.
I don't go in for single-color socks. Here's my pitch. I will get any and all information you want out of the Lucian prisoner. In return, you give me any and all information about the whereabouts of Violeta. Because I suspect your friend Tempo del Sur has kidnapped her from Luz and is currently holding her hostage somewhere in the city.
His eyes leave yours a moment, then return. News to him.
Weeping eye. So they are close too. They don't kill on foreign ground unless they are desperate. All the more important we get this handled in good time.
Amto is trying to defect Luz's most valuable cultural export, the play of plays.
They want to put her in a glass coffin and bricket her with instruments. Splay her mind, unfold her dreams. But my aim is much more simple. I would like to return her home, to Luz.
Update, apologies. He's actually gone rogue here and bypassed Emter completely. He's not playing with house money. He's got his own chips down.
Of course she does. No echoes from the throne room. A hollow divide between monarch and subjects. She must return. I've stated my terms. What say you, bucko? I shot at you. It was a warning shot. Because I'd be doing it right now.
A vague threat. Should have disarmed him.
That shot on you was also deserved. You were squirreling in my affairs. It wasn't. You were hunched over a mailbox slot trying to stick your hand in. It even looked like it got a little bit stuck at one point. Can we just put it behind us? Such things happen in theater. We both live. Move on. Glasses, double-breasted jacket, air of nervous dread about him.
Whom? The party has already forgotten him.
My apologies. I didn't expect it. Though I can't help but feel I did the Opera and Bureau a favor. He's really dead?
Not some kind of bluff. Genuine.
Sounds like a fate worse than the proverbial. A cold truth which you may not want to hear? Your friend told me he was a spy. Outright.
Almost tripped by your own shadow.
So I took him to be fair game. Inner circle, you know. One among the mirrors. Not as such. I suspected it wouldn't be a relaxing listening experience, but I didn't know she could summon that kind of power. Pseudopod, I remember it. Was this his first time in theater? Trouble getting off the blocks. It happens. Late evening under the Ultravioleta advert to the north of Party Alley. He was gazing up as if he'd never seen anything like it before in his life. It happens on the first glimpse. No judgment here. He and I got to talking. I gave him a quick Ultravioleta primer. He seemed to be quite taken with her.
Quick. No fucking chance.
He initially informed me he was a sock importer with a superblock. Then he said he'd been pretending to be someone else all day, and that it hadn't gotten him anywhere at all. In reality, he told me he was a spy for the People's Republics.
It was too early for Pseudopod to be in theatre alone. The opera failed him.
I have no idea, but he certainly chose to confide in the worst possible stranger. Maybe on some level he sensed who I was. Your friend said he felt there was always some vital clue he missed, some secret sign that he was oblivious to. Like the world was turning away from him, person by person. Looked to me like he'd had a very long day indeed. So I gave him the red disc and told him to listen to it in darkness. On the stars if he could. Rain, for now. He said thank you, then he turned and walked away. I had the best guess, based on rumors I'd heard. A kind of soul-taking from the Tyrant Queen.
More than a trace of envy. Didn't Ultravioleta herself mention a missing recording engineer?
Yes, exactly. How did you know about him? I'm slowly learning that. It's very likely that Ultravioleta took everyone by surprise with the song, including her ardent supporters in the Ministry of Culture. World-changing, mind-diverging artistry. Aren't we lucky to be living in such times?
A light glows beneath the pale ice of his eyes.
Of course. I've wondered what it sounds like. Dreamed about it even. But so far I've lacked the constitution to really commit. And yet, terror is the beginning of wonder. From some underground Lucian contacts, purveyors of rare collectibles. I believe only 8 or so of those promo discs were released into the wild before they cut the cord on it. The bazaar vendor? I tried to inquire about any uncommon articles he may have in stock. He told me I was a hopeless degenerate and to control myself, there are children around.
Petra knows a mega perv when he crosses one.
No hard feelings, I hope. Or maybe he was too early. Maybe we were meant to meet. The vagaries of fate. Impossible to say. The spy there barely was. What of him? Fine by me. I have direct access to the Lucian prisoner in our secret jail. He tells us his name is Poor Dante, and that the poor part is very important. I will extract whatever information you want from him. In return, you tell me what your former asset has done with Ultravioleta and where she might be now. Clear, concise, uninflected. Don't you agree? Then I'd ask that you find out, or else commit poor Dante to a short future in a damn basement. For what it's worth, I think this is a very favorable deal for you, Cascade.
It's not. More favorable would be a clean trade. The prisoner for the girl. What use do you have for a fugitive Lucian pop star? She's a critical piece. Player. No commit necessary at this point. String him along. Feel him out. There is little to lose.
She's the tyrant queen of your heart and mine. When she sings, all time and places unfold before you. Especially the ones that will never be. There are things behind worlds that are meant to be seen by humans. Those are the glimpses she conjures. If you don't let her in, she'll storm the gates anyway, as tyrant queens are wont to do. Before that, we must look at L-pop as a phenomenon. Ultravioleta represents the perfect alignment of artistic voice and genre. L-pop is a world-engulfing astrocultural event that is nothing less than the dominant mode of popular expression in our age. A new constellation we eager star watchers are privileged to witness the birth of. People think it's cool to denigrate pop music. I think a form that moves tens of millions of people is the only form worth taking seriously.
The man's pale blue eyes have drifted somewhere beyond you.
That makes at least 2 of us. At least we have it. L-pop is the medium for true expression, the most enduring of all. Loss. Something is always lost. The afterburn is memory. Ultravioleta is the perfect L-pop artist as she represents the very thing that is lost, as opposed to every other piece of cultural detritus that merely promises something is missing. Her return will fit even better. The only question that remains, would you rather live in a world ordered by aesthetic principles or rational laws?
Laws.
How tragic. I thought we were getting somewhere. L-pop is an untamable principle that makes it dangerous. Sadness and loss, yes, but in the most beautiful form you ever encounter. It is unblinking ferocity, a white-hot sun, and it can change people. Hers can, but not because it is beautiful. That's not enough. It has to fall beautifully on a person. Ultravioleta seems to be able to do that with many people, no matter how their minds are angled. Like a prism, light refracted into. Whatever's wrong with all of us. And the hope that the underdog of our souls might rise to the occasion. On assignment, actually, in theater. Just like your unfortunate friend. The Felix Kaido incident in Teleco, 92. The first of many transcendent experiences. What's she like, up close? I've always wondered.
He tries to underplay it, jars the cadence.
Cool. Well, yes, I'm sure she is dead. Of what?
Poor prick's so far gone he doesn't even know himself.
Libidinal?
He squints with concentration, repeating you soundlessly.
You're saying I'm going to die for want of sexual indulgence? What makes you say that? I'm simply the Queen's Knight, not her consort. Are you saying I look like a virgin? You said yourself that they were compelling. I never have complaints. Though I suppose I wouldn't be able to hear. Anechoic.
He keeps him on.
I shall spare you the obvious joke. Shall I? This really isn't any of your business. You haven't heard of young Felix? He's one of yours. Close. A communist. The cut and thrust of the incident was a hostage crisis in Teleco at the St. Covetta airfield, year 92. The militia Ruben Rouge had hijacked the plane and 36 hostages. So far, so socialist.
The militia Ruben Rouge, or MRR, an extreme communist fringe group who have slipped further and further into darkness over their 10-year campaign.
Small domestic flight. They took it over while it was in the air with nothing but 2 handguns and 6 knives. Then they forced it to land at San Covetta, a disused TAF base. They had delusions of flying it all the way to the superblock, once they completed their aims. But in true revolutionary tradition, they didn't think that one through. Domestic flight, domestic fuel load. To delay, or ideally void, a major trade deal between Teleco's caretaker government and EMTER. But after 20-odd hours of standoff, one half of the MRR got a little weak at the knees, which fractured them into 2 camps. The first camp felt that their political point had been clearly made, while the second felt that, while it may have been made, it had yet to be underlined. So, to underline it, Felix Kaido murdered his dissenting comrades in cold blood, then demanded to negotiate with EMTER directly. They ideologically diverged. Permanently.
Okay, good to know. There are worse friends than you out there.
It wasn't. But then that's the point, isn't it? Post-violent schism. We got called in to drop the curtain on the whole affair.
Whips of dust blown by helicopter blades, thuds of boots on ground, billow of trench coats, steel cackle of assault rifles. The empire without territory descends.
Negotiation had manifestly failed by the time I was summoned.
Next up, eradication.
As I recall, the official objective was to stabilize the situation. Different nuance.
Same result. Nothing more stable than a corpse.
We secured the airfield perimeter and then began blasting one of Violeta's songs through the siren system. On repeat. The first time I heard her voice. It was strategic. A neat parlor trick we picked up from the Novessa Liberation Army. Although they preferred the sound of rabbits being slaughtered. Because rabbits scream when they die. To keep them from sleeping, and to make them a little hazy on the specifics of their current reality.
They'd just dispatched their gang in hot blood. Things were no doubt a little hazy before the Enter Pop Marathon. The air raid siren system shrieked once more with the opening bars of Follow Me Home. The 53rd time in succession, a line of armed, headphoned operants stood still and waited, all eyes focused on the Farrier 878 in the center of the airfield.
After 16 hours of that pageantry, we went in. It was raining too, so heavy that it seemed like the sky was disintegrating. The usual thing that happens when an act of political terror reaches its climax. Terror sons to politics. My objective was to get Felix Kaido out alive for advanced questioning. I led the team. Logistically, it was a straightforward insertion. Psychologically, our approach was hampered slightly by all the heads. At the culmination of the purge, Kaido had his weak-kneed comrades shot and then decapitated with a gut-hook knife. They stuffed the bodies in the cockpit and threw the heads out of the emergency exit door.
Their faces adorning the runway fixed in expressions of mute agony, terror, or something beyond either. The demand from the newly crowned lineal MRR was to leave the heads of the traitors exactly where they fell, or they would begin executing hostages. On the side of the aircraft, in hand-smudged blood, written by Felix Kaido himself, the words, "Witness, tremble, victory."
It took a lot more than that. There were 5 children on that aircraft. Anyway, in we went. Got the jump on the commies early doors, but inevitably the firefight kicked off as they always seem to. Cramped, bloody, uncinematic. The ricochets were relentless. We finally got Felix out alive, snapping and snarling like some rabid thing.
Red in tooth and claw.
A bullet glanced into his right eye socket. It was leaking down his face. I remember clearly the ragged tendons hanging over his cheek, like curtain tassels. Because, Bucko, I still had to interrogate him. Near zero, we talked for several hours. Or more accurately, I talked, and Kaido sat there staring wrathfully with his remaining eyeball. Eventually he was shot, twice, in the back of the head.
The communist tasted red dust and smelt the dim sting of aircraft lubricant. A hangar creaked to his left. Behind, someone loaded a revolver and mocked his cause in a language he didn't understand. Gun pressed to his parietal bone, he tried to conjure an image fit to die to. Before he could form anything more than a vague outline, the bullet bit into his head.
And that was the ballad of Felix Kaido. Nothing useful.
But nothing he could easily forget. Push him a little.
Why not? Revolution's hymns and arias.
The man reaches up and adjusts the headphones around his neck with measured movements.
Right before they pulled the trigger, that same Violeta song started to play over the airfield speakers. I thought one of our crew had stuck it on as a humiliating parting shot, but no one ever owned up to it. Not remotely. In fact, the government gave us a better rate due to all the violent excitement. But if I recall the reports, Felix Kaido did inspire quite a significant anti-liberal student faction on the ground in Calico. So, who knows? Martyrs tend to play the long game. Please. I'm inclined to agree. Hostage or criminal, in the arena of real-time violence, there are no politics. You think so? I've never quite been able to forget him so easily. Don't dally. Welcome back, Bucko. Don't dally.
Hirsch, I've been thinking, or projecting maybe, future-wise. This question's skipping the needle in my head. What would Tempo do? Her. Yeah.
Behind the black cigarette, the girl's features soften.
Good one, Hirsch. Coming from you.
The girl sighs smoke and turns to face the city beyond the window.
I should be out there dancing, somewhere shiny, under lights. This is all so fucked. Thanks for the life lesson, Hirsch. Appreciate your geriatric perspective. That was the deal, yeah. Setting her free in exchange for an imprint of her. But near the end, I started having second thoughts. New plan was to sell her back to the Luthians, imprint and ransom her, basically.
Culture then cash, tempo to a T.
What do you mean, too? I'm fucking Tempo. I want to do it.
Her eyes flash with new tones, almost finding a unified color.
But I also want to help V. I really want to help her.
The girl takes a skewed drag of her cigarette, then studies the embers intently.
Don't be a stranger, her.
Hello. Nice t-shirt. She looks like me.
As our knees at her fringes, slow ripples along the shoreline.
Nothing's been cool for a long time, Hirsch. Tempo said he'd help me escape. A friend of his was going to get me exit papers or something. But it's been weeks now and nothing's happening. She keeps saying it'll happen, but she's not very specific. In fact, she's getting vaguer. It reminds me of my first manager. We've talked a lot. I don't know. I just want to see some kind of sky again. Have you ever had a day where, if you had the means and the power, you'd happily burn down the world and everyone in it? I see. I hope I'm not turning into a communist. I feel hemmed in, Hirsch. Like the walls are coming closer when I'm not looking. I'm not going. Ever. No, I wouldn't kill myself. They'd probably pay some hack to write knockoff songs and recreate me as a hologram. Why are you asking me this, Hirsch? I already have. Oh, thanks, Hirsch. I really appreciate it. You'll have to speak to Jan about the logistics, though. I don't really get involved in all that. You can do it. We believe in you.
Just because you can does not mean you should. Your path to the Lich goes through this girl. Otherwise, it's the long way round. You can, and you should.
I don't care about the name. I only really care about my new stage name. But that will come later. Something generic will work. Tell them I'm not fussy. What's another name? No. But there's pictures of me all over the place. Like, everywhere. Tempo said he'd handle all this stuff. Said it was his special fucking move. How am I supposed to do any of it? I'm hiding.
You have a picture of this girl in your pocket. The postcard. Well, maybe she's a pilot now.
I don't mean to be annoying, Hirsch. Sorry. I just need some help. And I trust you to see me through. I really appreciate it. I can't live here, Hirsch. Also, I'm not very good with logistics. People usually wait around on me. And now it feels like I'm waiting on the entire world. I don't even know if it's revolving anymore. Great, Hirsch. I'm sure you'll find them. Sweet dream. You're doing a lot of... You're doing a lot of coming and going, Hirsch. Sweet dream. You're doing a lot of coming and... You're doing a lot of coming and going, Hirsch.
This girl is no longer a pop star. She is a liminal artist caught in a liminal space. She doesn't need help with the work, but with identity.
I've been asking myself that same question. I've got a notebook full of ideas, but none of them feel like me. Cascade. Not bad. How come?
Because you fear it carries a curse. Cascade, emissary of failure, death, and the plague of human disunion.
Difficult second album. Well, get this one right and maybe they'll appreciate the first one a little more. Thanks, Hersh. Cascade. In Iluminado, cascade would be cascatear. Cascatear. You know, that kind of speaks to me. That's for sure. Last year, some unfortunate L-pop rookie called herself Starla Starlight. Picked at number 39 in the charts. No second single. No final decisions yet, obviously. I'm very early in the process. But this was fun, Hersh. Thank you. Sweet dreams, Hersh.
Lot of to-in and fucking throw-in, Hirsch. Yeah, Temple was gonna get them off his friend Reno, the dolphin cunt with the phones. He was fucking him for a while. Pitcher, not a receiver, I hear. Doubt he even knew about them. Good chance Temple was just stringing V along, who knows?
Operant, this is a once per eon opportunity to get a shot at the Grand Lich. Let it slip now. Who knows how far back it may set you. There are other ways. There always are. Fuck it. We make our own ways.
Yeah, she doesn't do too well with real life. But who fucking does?
Beyond the apartment's walls, this girl has a form of family, friends, classroom enemies, unfinished homework. None of them will know her again as she was.
Maybe. Maybe we're all thinking the same thing. Still feels very lonely to me. Temple will call me a sentimental cunt. But maybe I can be the last leg up she needs to jump the wall.
The flash of tempo and his child logic loyalty bestowed upon a strictly chosen few.
I know that. I've seen it even. I think I feel totally fine with getting V-free. Is that how I should feel, do you think?
I'll wait in your approval.
That's good then. I can do that too. Don't be a stranger, Hirsch.
You're doing a lot of sweet dreams, Hersh.
Don't make eye contact.
I can't. Don't worry. Thank fuck.
You pick up the paper. The dolphin doesn't poke back. You step away.